Hello, good afternoon. I'm Chef Norman Musa, and welcome to Norman and Friends. Every Thursday, I'm cooking live with my friends from all over Europe. And in 60 minutes, we are trying to excite you to cook two dishes. But so I'm introducing a dish, and then my friend will be introducing another dish. Okay. So for the recipes, for mine, so you can get from my newsletter, and also you can join my closed Facebook group, which is Cooking with Chef Norman Musa. Okay, so that's what I always upload all the cooking tips, recipes, and all that. Okay, so that's something that you can join after this. And if you're watching from YouTube, you can click the subscribe button. Okay, so that's something that you will get the notifications for any future cooking demos and all the events that I'm doing in future. Right, so let's bring my friend from Manchester, right, Jeannette Jackson. Hello, Jeannette.
Hi, Norman.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm excited to cook with you and to meet some of your friends and followers, most certainly.
Yeah, so so I think after this, you're gonna have lots of followers. Well, especially from my social media as well, because that's the aim for this Norman and Friends, because we want to share all the information, all the good things. But we want I want to tell the viewers about how we met, how we first met. Okay, so this is like quite a long time ago, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It was a cooking demonstration, wasn't it? You were cooking on stage, and I was the host and the chair of the event. And it's really interesting because at that event we had chefs such as John Turode and Brian Miller.
Yes.
And, but you and I stayed in contact and became really good friends. And that's it's well over a decade ago now.
I know. And then of course you went to my kitchen in Manchester, and then of course we did a cooking video together, right? So we had a good time, and then since then we've done so many cooking videos, and some of them you can watch on my YouTube channel, and also you cook with me on TV, for Malaysian TV as well. Yeah.
Malaysian TV, and also on that day that we did the cooking for Malaysian TV, we also had Natalie with us from a very, very popular television program here in the UK called Strictly Come Dancing. And many people will know that. And Natalie was absolutely fantastic. She was such great fun, and we had a fantastic dish, and what a great time we had cooking for Malaysian TV. I mean, here I am in Manchester in the UK, cooking for Malaysian TV. So really great experience.
Right, for anyone watching, so I'm going to tell the viewers that they have to tell us where they're watching from. I think that's a kind of a must. I can see that Nazrin like watching from Cape Town. She never missed the show. Thank you, Nazrin. So Assalamualaikum to you.
I loved Cape Town. What a beautiful part of the world to live in. Really lovely.
Yeah. So then, of course, we have Elaine as well watching from Winschoten in the Netherlands. Yeah. So Elaine watched the show again last. Yeah. So don't forget to tell us where you're watching from, and something about Jeannette. Like she works with many celebrities, not just like in the showbiz, but with the sportsmen as well, right? What do you call it? Athletes. Yeah. So maybe you want to tell the viewers then.
Yeah, so I'll just give you a bit of background about myself then. So I'm a biochemist. So a biochemist is a scientist that specialises in the biology and the chemistry of the human body. So my speciality really is understanding how stress and life can affect our energy levels, our concentration, our focus. So so that's kind of what I do for a living full time, really. So I work with big corporate organisations, and we go in and we help staff health and well-being. But so I'm a biochemist, but I'm also an elite sports scientist. So as a sports scientist, I work with athletes, Premier League football teams, big, very well-known players that I can't mention here for confidentiality reasons. But what the sports science is about, it's about helping people to perform. So to perform at their best with concentration, memory, focus, recovery, during sports. And then we also do that for staff at work as well.
Great. So Jeannette is kind of like the friend that you want to have, because she can tell you whether that's good for you or that's bad for you. Okay, because like when we cook all this like using Malaysian herbs and spices and everything, I just have to pick the ingredients. She was like, yeah, with that one you have all these nutrition facts and everything. It's just amazing. Yeah, I love like all the stories. And yeah.
This is my Bible. Your book. I'm not kidding.
Who's the author then?
Do you remember it's signed for me as well to Jeannette? Looking forward to working together again. Enjoy the book, Norm. And you know, honestly, this my go-to recipes. If I've got friends coming around for dinner, this is my go-to recipe book.
Thank you.
And it's amazing. But I've also got my own book.
Yeah, so you have show the viewers your cookbook then. Yeah. So do you have recipes in here as well?
Yeah, but this is essentially, there's me on the back there. This is essentially, it's a diet. So essentially you lose 14 pounds in 14 days. So it's a quick weight loss diet. Yeah. I'll just move that there. But in it as well, because it's a 14-day nutrition plan, there's 14 days worth of recipes. But they're very simple recipes, such as juices, smoothies, soups. So the very, very simple recipes that people that are very busy can do, you know, over a course of 14 days.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to buy a copy of your book, I mean, so it's available online, right?
So it's only available now as on Kindle. So you can buy it as on book. So mine's not as much as yours. Mine's now available on Kindle. But if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, so Nutrition by JJ on Instagram, along with the book, I do some coaching sessions. So if anybody's wanting to really improve nutrition, feel much better, think better, better memory, concentration, or lose weight, then they can book in with me for some coaching sessions.
Great. So let's talk about the dish that you're going to be cooking today then. I have a sneak peek of that dish, like when you post it on Instagram. That looks really good. So
yeah. Well, a lot of the kind of composition of the recipes that I put together are really about helping the body with energy and recovery and replenishment. And you and I worked together, Norman, didn't we, very successfully with the Northwest Ambulance Service. And we went live to the staff, the paramedics, the dispatchers, you know, the doctors, the nurses that were on site at the time, and you cooked an amazing dish, as always. But a big part of what I do is to help these staff that work under intensely difficult circumstances, long hours. I
think I remember that. That's the one after the bombing of in Manchester. Remember the Ariana Grande's concert? I think we were there just to inspire the staff who worked extremely hard, went through a lot emotionally and so physically because of the long hours working and all that. So I think we kind of contribute a bit just to kind of inspire them with our dish and also your knowledge about nutrition. Yeah.
Oh,
good.
Yeah,
so
and I know that they loved it because they you know, they've talked about it many times after. So this dish that I'm cooking today is a dish that can help people after a busy day at work to replenish, to recover, and to really feel better energized. So it's a pomegranate chicken with kale and edamame beans.
Delicious. Right. So just to remind the viewers, if you want the recipe for this, you have to direct message Jeannette, on your Instagram, so you can see now your Instagram address there. Okay, so that's what you need to do. You need to follow Jeannette. You need to DM her. You want the recipe. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Right. Whenever you're ready, let's get cooking.
Okay. But now a quick caveat is I am not a chef, so Norman will be wincing when I'm making it.
Stop saying that.
So here's so I've got just a regular onion, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to chop off this part here, and then I'm going to cut it in half. As you can see, even the knives are not sharp enough. Norman won't be happy. I'll cut it in half. He's a stickler, is Norman, and he's a stickler. You are really, you know, you're a perfectionist, really, aren't you, Norman, in terms of your recipe?
Well, this is a joke that I made with my friend Francis. I think she's not watching because she's busy with her boot camp, baking boot camp this week. So we talk about being perfectionists. So it's like we always make fuss about things, and then I told her like, no, it's not that we'd be difficult to work with, but we're perfectionists. That's how you want to tell people. Anyway,
and that's a great thing actually, because you get the best work. So just some oil, regular oil.
Okay.
You can use you can use coconut oil. You can use rapeseed oil. The one that I'm using just for ease is extra virgin olive oil. What oil do you tend to use, Norman?
Well, normally I try to make it simple, like for vegetable oil. But what about rapeseed oil? Because that's very popular, right, for people to use?
Yeah, so you can use rapeseed oil, you can use coconut oil, and I often use rapeseed oil. I've just grabbed that one because it's nearest. Now, what we're doing is this dish, by the way, Norman, is for one person, just so you know. The quantities that I'm doing today are for one person. What I'm doing is I'm using half an onion, and I'm chopping it very, very finely. So I'm just chopping this onion very finely, as you can see there, just finely in half, and I've heated some oil. I'm going to put the onion in the oil and allow that to soften. Just allow that to soften, just so that once I put the chicken in there, I'm just going to grab a spoon. That'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Spoon. You can hear it sizzling. Sizzling nicely now. Well, here we are. So this is my kitchen. It's quite a large kitchen. I have to run over.
I love your kitchen. Jeannette, would you mind just bring the camera down a bit so people can see the pan? Just a bit. That's it. That's good. Yeah. That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just frying off this onion now. Now, onions, in terms of nutrition, Norman. Yeah.
Okay.
They're very, very good for inflammation.
Inflammation. Okay.
Yeah, very good for inflammation. So, if anybody's feeling like they've got a bit of inflammation in the gut, in particular, like kind of IBS, I'll just pick it up ever so slightly like that.
Yeah, slightly, yeah.
Yeah, bowel issues, anything like that. Then adding onions to the dish, to the salad in particular, eating them raw, very, very good for inflammation.
Good. That's very informative.
Yeah, I'll just turn that down a tiny little bit there. And while that's cooking, I'm going to slice the chicken. So just one regular chicken breast. Because no one's watching, I will change my.
Don't worry. I'm very impressed. Well impressed.
So what I'm going to do with the chicken is I'm going to cut it so that it's not too thin, because I want good chunks of chicken, but it's not too fat that it takes too long to cook. This dish, in total, really, will take around about 20 minutes. So it's a really nice dish for somebody when they come home from work, maybe had a long day, and they want to still eat very healthily, but they're they've not got too much time. So it's a really good dish for that kind of person, really. Just chopping this, slicing this chicken, not too fat, not too thin. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the onions to the side. I'm going to keep the onions in the pan. So you can see they're browning really nicely. Nice bit of smoke. I'm going to put this on. Tell me if this is annoying, this noise, because it's the extractor fan.
Okay.
Turn it off if it is. Now I'm going to put the chicken into the oven. I've not added any extra oil because I want this to start sizzling.
Yeah.
Is that too loud? I can turn that off and open the window.
Yeah, it's a bit too loud, unfortunately. So can you? Okay.
Turn that off, and I'll open the window. So the chicken's in the pan, and that's cooking nicely. So that'll take a few minutes either side. I'll just open this window.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day here. So I'm in Haslingden, a place in the Rosendale Valley in in the UK. And people.
How far is it from Manchester? It's like driving.
It's about 40 minutes from Manchester.
40 minutes, yeah.
About 40 minutes, but it's in the countryside.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I could That's if you want me to. In a minute, I'll move the camera and show you my neighbours.
Oh, that would be nice.
While the chicken's cooking, what I'm also going to do now, I'm going to turn that down a tad. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pop some hot water in this pan. It's got an empty pan. Yep. And I'm going to pop some hot water in there and get that ready. I'm going to turn it on and get that ready for the kale. It's already hot because I've already just boiled it in the kettle. Right. So while the chicken's cooking, do you want to meet my neighbours?
Yeah, let's do that. Because I keep seeing all your posts on the Instagram.
You might lose signal though, but I'll just show you very quickly. Wait one second.
Okay.
Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me.
Like
Are you still with me?
Yep, still there. Oh, it's frozen up a bit. I think we've lost you. Okay, right. So I think Jeannette wants to show like her neighbor. Oh, you're back in. Okay. No, unfortunately, like unfortunately, the network. Yeah, so you just frozen up. Your screen frozen up. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
But again, I think if the viewers want to see this, I mean, you can go to Jeannette's Instagram and you can see all the photos because I keep admiring all the photos that you took, and then post on your social media.
Yeah, so essentially we live next to a farm. So there's lots of sheep and lambs and cows. It's beautiful, beautiful. So I'm just making sure, Norman, that this chicken is cooked really well through because obviously, you know, we've got to make sure of that. So that's cooking nicely there. So now, changing the chopping board again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the kale. So I've got some beautiful kale here. You can see it's really lovely kale. Yeah, it's really lovely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stem out of that because it's a bit hard. So whilst I'm just chopping here, I'm just going to take the stems out, discard them. I mean, sometimes, you know, I actually keep them and put them in smoothies and juices.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, because I really don't like to waste any food whatsoever. So if I can, if it's something that I can use and put in a smoothie or a juice, then I most certainly will. Now, kale, in terms of nutrition, is very high in magnesium. And magnesium is a mineral that is really useful to help people to sleep. So,
right.
Yeah, very much so. Sleep, for people that are stressed and struggle to switch off, it's a mineral that really helps the body to become calm and relaxed. So kale is a lovely one to use in this dish because this is an evening meal. So when you had a busy day at work and you want to come home and rest and feel rested and restore the body, this is a beautiful dish to help you to do that.
I normally have it in my salad, to be honest. And then sometimes I just sauteed it, cook it very quickly because it can be quite hard, and also put in the omelette. That's something like I love to do with kale. Yeah.
Oh, do you? That's nice, putting it in an omelette. I've never actually put kale in an omelette before, actually. I've never done that. So the chicken's cooking nicely there, so I'll just leave that for a few more minutes. I'll do, if you advise then, Norman, I won't put the kale in just yet. I'll just cook it very lightly so that it keeps that crispiness to it. Because, of course, the longer you cook it, the more that you retain the nutrients as well, which is always a bonus. But I think in this book, there's a kale and spinach soup. And, you know, anything like that is always really, really useful for nutrition. So I'm just going to turn that down a little bit because that's cooked. Right, so the other ingredients in this recipe is this. Yeah. Now, you might be able to find something similar where you are. And this is pomegranate juice, 100% pomegranate juice. Yeah?
Yeah. No, we need to see the pan. We can't see the pan. So you need to push on your camera a bit. So
Sorry.
yeah. That's better. Yeah. Better, yeah.
So you can see the pan. Okay. So this any kind of pomegranate juice is really is useful. So I'm going to use. I'm going to take the pan off the heat a little bit, and I'm going to use for one person. I'm going to use 200 ml, around about 200 ml of this. Now the reason most people use about 100, but I quite like the sauce. I like to make a nice sauce. So I'm going to pop about 200 ml of that directly into the pan. So you can see in the pan I've got chicken and onion. It's going to go straight into the pan. So I'm going to cover that nicely. So it's lovely. You can see there it's just got the pomegranate juice on there, and you can hear the sizzles gone down there as well. And then what I'm going to add to that, let that start cooking a little bit. Make sure the thing's on. Let that start cooking a little bit, and then I'm going to season it. I like to add some good amount of pepper, so I'm going to season that. So that's really good in there. And then what I'm going to add then is 2 tablespoons of tagine. You see this?
Okay, tagine paste. Right, yeah.
Paste, yeah, and it's now it's not obviously I haven't made it from scratch, but
now that's a ready-made that you can get from the supermarket, right? So
yeah, from the supermarket, and I think this is starting to bubble really nicely now. But I think in terms of healthy eating and nutrition, it's really good to have a mixture of really fresh ingredients, and then just to have something like this that you can use that cuts down the cooking, so that you're still getting a good balance of healthy food. In terms of this dish, I've mentioned a few times that it's a really great evening meal. Chicken, of course, is high in protein, and protein not only helps with muscle repair and replenishment and restoration and all that kind of stuff, but protein, the actual components of protein food, amino acids, help with mood. So they can help with depression, they can help with sleep, they actually help in the manufacture of neurotransmitters that really can help to lift mood and help people to feel balanced and more peaceful.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I'm going to add these 2 tablespoons of tagine to this dish. And I like it very spicy. It does become quite spicy, this. And then the final thing that goes in this dish is one. Sorry, Norman. Is one little chicken stock cube. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Little chicken.
I'm okay with that. As long as there's no MSG, it's fine in my cooking. So
yeah, absolutely fine. No MSG, but I thought, I'm telling I'm using a chicken stock cube because I might get banished, but I thought, yeah, I will. So
no, you're fine.
So it's all mixing nicely now. Now, what we want to do now, just before we put the kale on, is to get that now to reduce down. Okay. That's a chef term, isn't it? We want it to reduce down.
Reduce, that's it. Yeah, you got it there.
I've been paying attention, so I'm mixing all this up now. And in fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to take a few pictures that you might be able to edit in.
Sure. Okay.
So let me do that. 1 second.
So I think it's very useful to kind of cut the chicken pieces into that kind of size because it'll help cooking it a lot quicker, right? So
there you go. Oh, now you can't see that, but it looks delicious. Now
it does, yeah.
Shall I just try and move this just a little bit?
Yeah. Let's do the close up. Let's have a look. Wow, look at that. See, so that's why when you posted it on your Instagram when you were trying it, and I couldn't work it out where you get that redness, like kind of a color for the sauce for the gravy. Oh, yeah, because I thought you used lots of a chili sauce, but that looks really good.
Yeah, it's so nice. So now I'm going to pop the kale on. So with the kale, literally, get that in again. I'll just pop a little bit of salt in there, and then I'm gonna. The best thing about this kale is you just tear it, just rip it, you know, just give it some welly, get that in there, and just allow that, just honestly, just a few moments really, just a few minutes to get that to go there. And then the tagine dish is just reducing lovely, really nice. Like you said, there's a lovely colour, but I like it to have a level of consistency that makes it like a lovely sauce. So that is cooked really nice there. I'll leave that there. That's going to bubble up. And then the final ingredient for this dish are, as you can see, some edamame beans.
Edamame beans, yeah. So okay, do you want to share the nutrition facts about these edamame beans?
Yeah, so edamame beans, one full of protein, great source of protein. They make a brilliant mid-afternoon snack, I think, edamame beans. But they're also rich in isoflavones, which is soy. So that, as you know, so they're very, very good for mood, particularly for women that might be on the menopause. Really great composition for, oh, wait a second, I'm going to turn this down. So there's a whole host of nutrition in soybeans and edamame beans. Yeah, very much. Do you cook often with edamame beans?
I normally have it in my salad. Yeah. So
yeah, in salad. Yeah. You must always cook them first, though, mustn't you? So you buy them pre-cooked, or you must always cook them. That's one.
If anyone couldn't get these edamame beans, what they can use to replace with an alternative ingredient? Can they put like a peas or anything, something similar, maybe?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, what I would put in actually is something like butter beans or you know, kind of beans, something like that.
Yeah.
Kidney beans, butter beans, aduki beans, something like that would be absolutely perfect. Because what we're trying to do here is it's all about the composition, the nutritional composition of the dish. So I'll just get a plate, because we're done now. So I'll just get a plate.
Okay, it's almost ready now. Yeah.
It's ready now. Yeah, so it's ready. What I'm saying, what time is it now? So it's just 20 minutes.
Have a bit. Yeah, well done. So
literally 20 minutes. And you know, for a dish, one more thing. For a dish, you know, when you come home from work, really healthy and superb. Now, I've not worn the dish, but I normally would warm the dish. So I'll just pop this in. I've got a little ladle here that you can see. And you know, I'm going to eat this for my lunch. Actually, this is definitely not going to. I've had it this will be 3 days on the run. But that literally just shows how delicious it is. So the kale
just to remind the viewers again, like whoever just joined us, if you want the recipe for this, you have to direct message Jeannette, okay, on her Instagram, so you can see now the her Instagram address there. So yeah, so you have to direct message her for this, okay, and do follow her on Instagram as well.
Yeah, do follow me on Instagram, and if you've got any nutrition questions or you'd like a nutrition consultation, then you know, please feel free to drop me a line. So I'm going to bring this camera down again and just show you, Norman, how delicious that looks.
Let's have a look. Wow. So you can just have it as it is, and I mean, you don't have to serve it with rice whatsoever, right? I would just eat it.
I didn't want to put it with rice. You can, of course, put it with rice, but I wanted to make this a very high protein dish, and that's what it is. So if you put rice on there, you're going to add some carbohydrates. You know, rice has still got some protein, but some carbohydrates. So I want this to be a high protein dish that's really quick and easy to make. And there you go. So I'll just take a picture for you, and then you can pop that on Instagram. And that's mine done. So over to you.
Thank you. I'm sure, like, okay, for anyone's going to be cooking this dish in future, okay, so do tag us, especially Jeannette, okay, so because you're going to get thumbs like from Jeannette, yeah, so for cooking her dish. Great. So now I'm going to get on with my dish now. Right, let's bring the camera. Okay, so I'm going to be cooking this crispy salmon dish, right? So again, there's a sauce, and then there's a salmon one I bought from my local market here today. I was supposed to buy 2 items. Again, I ended up buying 20 items from the fresh market. It's always like that.
Yeah, it's too tempting.
Right. So what I'm gonna do now first, I'm gonna cut a ground turmeric on some pieces, very nice and fresh salmon fish here. Yeah. So maybe you want to tell the viewers the benefits of like of the nutrition. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, salmon, of course, is rich in omega-3 oils. Well, actually, essential fatty acids, and so they actually help keep the brain normal. So anybody that thinks that their memory or concentration or focus could be enhanced, or oily fish, anything like sardines, mackerel, salmon, anything like that is really amazing for healthy brains. That's what you want to be adding. I would say at least 3 times a week, some good quality oily fish.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, because I love eating fish. Like I do like a smoked mackerel for my salad, and then it's like all this. Today I went to get this. Is it pilchard? No, it's not pilchard. It's sardines. Yeah. So I'm gonna put in the oven. So right. So I've got this ground turmeric wrapped with salt, seasoned with salt as well. Just add a tiny bit of water. Just make it nice and wet. So it's like the turmeric kind of stick. So then I'm just gonna let it rest for like 2 minutes or so, and then while waiting for that, I'm gonna heat up the frying pan. Just wash my hands first.
In fact, that smells really nice as well, Norman, because it's got a lovely smell, turmeric, hasn't it?
It is, yeah. So I couldn't get the fresh turmeric today, so that's why I've been using the ground turmeric. Well, it's just me being lazy, actually.
That's right. And I take turmeric supplements every day. Turmeric, again, is really powerful information.
Right, so I'm going to put this on low heat and let it cook or fry very slowly.
I'm going to take a picture of you doing this. Oh, Natalie's just started following me now.
All right. Yeah, I hope she's watching this. I have here oil. So this is just a vegetable oil.
Yeah.
So it's about 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to wait until the oil is hot enough. And then I'm going to cook the skin down first, okay? To get nice and crispy. Okay, and then I'm going to prepare the paste. So the paste, what I have here, a couple of lemongrass, and then I have here the chilies, green chilies. You can use red chilies as well, but because I want to retain the kind of a yellowish color for the gravy, so I'm using the green one. Yeah. So I have a shallot, shallot, and then a knob of ginger, 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, so I'm going to blend all this together. So what I'm going to do, just put my camera close to the chopping board. See, this is the beauty when you do all this filming yourself, because you have to improvise. Yeah, we don't have the luxury of having crews, makeup artists anymore.
No,
maybe one day when we travel.
So what's the title of this dish, Norman?
What's the what, sorry?
What's the title of this dish? What's the recipe?
It's a crispy salmon with yellow sauce. So that's what I call it.
Delicious. Now that is how you chop.
I'm showing off anyways. So I travel with my cleaver knife everywhere. So it looks like let me just make sure the pan is ready. And then here I have a couple of lemongrass. Just remove the pot. This is a frozen. I keep in the freezer actually because I bought like a big bunch of lemongrass and just So one of the tips I want to share is like I'm using this jar, okay, and I put everything in here.
Yeah.
You probably can't see. So I have here 2 ingredients so far. And then let's chop the garlic. Just roughly chop is fine. I need to sharpen my knife as well, actually. It's very blunt. and ginger.
I've never cooked with lemongrass ever.
No. Well, yeah. So it's nice, kind of
I'm going to do this
citrusy
sauce.
Yeah, it's kind of easy actually. You can do without chili if you don't want it spicy. So.
And so do you not season peppers?
No, I'm gonna try to make it spicy. So if anyone doesn't like spicy, you can always just remove the seeds. So they seed it, they seed the chilies. But I want to make it spicy. Yeah, very typical Malaysian. But again, if it's Malaysians, they'll probably put about 10 of these chilies easily. So,
really, I don't like things too spicy.
No, I don't like it too spicy. So now, right, before I kind of blend this, I think the oil is ready. So it's kind of sizzling. Just gonna press it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stick to the pan. Okay. Right. Now I'm ready to blend all these ingredients together. You can see, so it is not quite fine yet, so I'm gonna make it really, really fine still. Okay, that should be okay now. So because the lemongrass is very fibery, right? So you're gonna kind of apply the nice texture to it. So it should be ready now. I mean, the sauce itself is going to be really quick to prepare this. It's just like all the preparation that it takes. Right, that's what it looks like. See that?
So Norman, you've not added any water to that pot?
No, that's the beauty about doing. I'm going to add the water later together with the coconut milk. But this you can see like a paste. Like this now, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add the turmeric, ground turmeric, just like a teaspoon flat. And also fish sauce I have here, so which I'm going to add 1 tablespoon.
I love fish sauce.
And then just give it a mix. So I think because I put more chilies, it's not going to be yellow, it's going to be green now. Okay, so still be okay anyway. Right, let's have a look at it. It's a big piece of salmon. It's nice and crispy. So that's the sauce is ready. So I'm going to put back the camera here so you can see the whole thing again. Okay, right, so we have the salmon here, which I'm going to transfer to the other side because I'm going to cook the sauce. My lighter. Keep it on low heat, nice and crispy. Let's get the sauce on this side ready. I'm not going to use more oil, okay? So what I'm going to do is just take the oil from this salmon. So at least you don't have to waste the oil. And of course, you get all the flavors as well. Okay. Right, let's get both pans ready. And then I'm going to start sauteing these ingredients. Yeah, definitely it's going to be green. It's not going to be yellow. Okay. So I'm going to wait the oil ready. And then I have the coconut milk here. It's about 100 ml. And again, you can use like yogurt if you want to, but you need to add more water to it. See, okay. So now the oil is ready. Just going to scoop up the paste. So I have to change the recipe title to green sauce. It's not going to be yellow sauce anymore. Or I need to put it in the bracket.
It looks delicious already, really.
Yeah, it's like all these fresh ingredients make it really, really nice and fragrant.
But I think that's such a great tip to put in that jar, because I would be wanting to put water to it, and it dilutes the flavours.
Yeah, because what you can do is you can always just, like, if you're not going to use it straight away, you can always just put the lid on and then keep it in the fridge. That's it. That's what you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what it looks like now. Yeah, the paste. Let's have a look at the salmon. Just a bit more. And that's what my salmon looks like at the moment. So I've cooked the top bit to make it nice and crispy. Yeah. So now I'm just slowly cook the other side.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
So now I'm going to season with just a tiny bit of salt, because we already have a fish sauce in it. And then I'm just going to add just a tiny bit of sugar, just half teaspoon, just to balance out that strong chili flavor. And then add in the coconut milk, okay? So this is 100 ml coconut milk. Where it looks like. Well, it's kind of like a greenish yellowish. So
it's blended. It's a hybrid.
So I'm going to add about 100 ml of water, because the coconut milk I use is quite thick. So bring this to boil, and then lower the heat to simmer for 3 minutes or so. Okay. I'm gonna bring the close up. You can see that. So that's a sauce. And see the salmon at the back there as well. Yeah. And then I have here lime. Okay. So which I'm just gonna slice. So I'm gonna use half of it for the sauce. I'm gonna squeeze the juice for the juice.
Oh.
It's quite a big lime. I'm just gonna add like just about a teaspoon only. And then the rest, I'm just gonna thinly slice this. I have to use a sharper knife. This is for decoration, because you want to put around the sauce. Okay, that's ready. It's quite thick salmon, so I have to make sure that it's kind of cooked. It's still a bit soft anyway. Right, let's see. This, so the sauce ready, and then I have here cherry tomato, about 10, which I'm just gonna, well, I don't think I'm gonna cut this because it's quite small. I'm gonna put in the sauce, just cook it for like just a minute or so, because I still want to keep the crunch. Because I'm fasting, I can't taste this, so I have to wait until 8:30 to taste this.
Oh, I feel for you.
Really you have to be here to taste this. You have to be here to taste this for me, then, or maybe Sandy on the backstage.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yes, Sandy can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to taste that. I'm going to make that. That's going to be my dish. I'm going to make this dish on Friday night, and I'll put it on Instagram and show. I will. Very much.
Right, so I'm going to get the plate and bowl. So this. Goodness me, I've been using this bowl for like many times already, so I need to buy new bowls actually for my plating. So now I'm just gonna put this cherry tomato in. Just let it kind of cook for like a minute. Ooh. It's almost ready anyway. Let's see. I'm sure like our viewers haven't got any questions to ask, so I think they're happy with our dishes. Okay, so I'm gonna say hello to Siti Nazia. Siti is watching from Singapore. Yeah, so you can see that. So I like my sauce to be kind of a nice, creamy and thick. It's not very runny.
Oh yeah, I love
so that's how I'm gonna serve it. And for the garnishing, I have a coriander put on top, together with the so this lime that thinly sliced this. Yeah, so you can see that. Okay. Right. Looks like.
I mean, this is a very quick dish, isn't it? As well? This is a quick dish, isn't it, Norman, to make?
It is. Yeah, it is. So, well, we cook it in less than 20 minutes because we were talking at the same time. It could have been like in 15 minutes or so, right? The same as with your dish. Right, what I'm going to do, bring the camera close to the pan again. This is what we need, our crew, film crew. Okay. So the sauce is ready, and then the salmon is ready as well. Huge piece of salmon.
That looks so good.
It's nice and creamy. Just gonna spread it out. Okay. Now let's bring where's my spatula gone?
Oh.
And then I have the lime, which I'm going to just put on top of these. And then just pick some coriander. I'm not going to cover the salmon there. Okay, so there you go. Let's just put back the camera here. Everyone's got a headache now, So there you go. That's my dish, crispy salmon with a yellowish, orange, greenish sauce. Okay.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing, honestly. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to make that. There's a lot of sauce, more sauce than I expected.
Yeah. So because you're going to have this with rice. So you can have this with rice anyway. So that's why I put lots of sauce there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's nice and thick sauce.
Delicious.
There. Yeah. Good. Because normally what Malaysians would do. Sorry, say again.
How do people get that recipe?
Two ways how they can do this. They can go to my website, www.normanmusa.com, right? So there's a button for them to join my newsletter mailing list. So this will go out next week. So every week, every time I cook for Norman and Friends, so they will get newsletter with the recipe, the link for the recipe for them to download. Or the second way is they can join my Facebook close group, Cooking with Chef Norman Musa. So that's where they can get all the recipes and everything. Yeah. So there you go. Are you happy with the dish?
What great.
Yeah.
Great fun. Absolutely lovely. Two delicious dishes, both very different, both packed with nutrients and really delicious as well. Perfect.
I forgot to turn off the heater, so that's why I can smell something's burning. But yeah, thank you very much anyway for joining. Yeah, so I hope you had a good fun. Because it's a shame because we couldn't see what's outside your house. I think it's beautiful scenery there. So
never mind. I did try. I did try and show you the sheep, but never mind. But it has been, honestly, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for the invitation.
So is there anything else you want to tell the viewers? Again, it's like, of course, they have to follow you after this anyway, so on your social media, yeah, especially your Instagram.
Yeah, so it's Nutrition by JJ. Nutrition by JJ, and then I'll send you the recipe for you.
Great. So we're going to say goodbye now. I think we did very well, actually. So it's just like 50 minutes, 51 minutes, we finish everything, just like that. Okay. So yeah, thanks anyway for joining. Yeah. So hopefully to see you in the UK sometime this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do a bit more cooking in the kitchen. It'd be amazing. Thank you so much, Norman. See you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Bye. Bye. Right, so thanks, Janet. So I'm going to see you next week. So next week I'm going to be cooking with Brian Malone. Okay, so see you. Bye.